golden fruit trees, and there were beautiful kittens that would pluck the fruit and feed it to you. And if you drank from the water, you would not only
Hey
stop
everybody, we are
aging,
on the
you would
St.
age
Augustine
backwards and
Tour.
get young again. Just what
That's the
Ponzi said
old
for losing his
historic
job.
museum in St.
But,
Augustine.
he missed them and he sailed right by. Ended up landing here Easter
Fountain of
Sunday,
Youth.
1513. Now, there were wildflowers blooming everywhere at that landing site, and it reminded Ponce of an Easter celebration back in Spain called Pascua de Flores. That literally means a feast of flowers. So he named the place after all the flowers, La Florida. He did not discover Florida.
This is
There
an
were already
hour and a half
100,000
tour
Native
with
Americans
22
here
stops.
when he arrived. But he did discover something important for Spain anyway, and that was the Gulf Stream. The Gulf Stream is a rapidly moving current of water off our coast, and it would slingshot the treasure ships back to Spain in half the time. Those ships were laden with gold and silver, like you would imagine, but they also had spices on board, and every pirate's favorite food, chocolate. That's what us pirates were after. You can't eat the gold and the silver. It was the chocolate and the rum. Those were the true treasures. Now look out to the left here. You'll see the great cross over the tops of the trees. It marks the landing site of our founder, Pedro Menendez, September 8, 1565. Pedro Menendez was sent here by King Philip II with 3 orders in hand. Number 1, get rid of the French. There was a French settlement that had gotten started up near present-day Jacksonville, known as Fort Caroline. Order number 2, settle the place, once and for all for Spain. Now, Spain was having a hard time permanently settling Florida, and it was due to hostile natives, lack of supply, and bad weather. Order number 3, Christianize the Native Americans. Now, that was totally outside of Pedro's job description, so he brought his friend with, Father Francis Lopez. It was Father Francis who came ashore first. And when he did, he made a cross out of palm logs. Pedro then arrived with a lot of ceremony. There were cannons going off, muskets blasting, flags unfurled. Pedro marched up to the cross. He knelt down and he kissed it. Reclaimed the land for Spain, but this time it was done so in the name of God.
Look at those shops.
There was a village that was watching all this
Like
from
a
the
house.
trees nearby. It was the village of Saloy. They were Timucuans. They were so intrigued with what was going on. They didn't feel threatened at all. In fact, they wanted to make friends. They chose to make friends by imitating Pedro Menendez. They marched up to that cross in a line. One by one, they knelt down and kissed it. This was all recorded in Father Francis Lopez's journal. They became instant friends that day. They even celebrated a meal together. It was a meal of Thanksgiving. It was celebrated 55 years before the Pilgrims would even arrive at Plymouth Rock. After about 12 days, Pedro marched his troops north. There was a hurricane going on. He marches right
The
through the
decorated
hurricane,
house.
finds Fort Caroline lightly guarded, and he was able to take the French Fort Peace. Then he returned here to St.
Looks
Augustine,
like they're ready for Christmas.
where his friends, the Timucuans, informed him of ships that had sailed south. Now Pedro realized these would be the French, and they'd be
There's
coming
Ripley's
back for
Believe
him.
It or Not, and
But
the
he also
mascot,
realized they would not
Jackson.
survive the hurricane in their wooden ship.
It's a lot
So
of
he
people.
continued his own march south.
Looks like they're marching, all loving
And he asked a
Savior.
very important question. Are you Catholic? Now for Pedro Menendez, there was only one correct answer, and it was
Sounds like
yes.
a marching band is
They
coming
said
up.
no, we're French Huguenots, and for that they were marched behind.
I'm a
the
huge
sand
fan of
dunes.
marching bands,
Groups of 30
since my daughter was in a
dispatched
marching
back to their
band.
leader with a Spanish sword. Their remains were simply cast into the bay. There
I
was
think
a
this is
second
Flagler
group,
College.
about 100 that wanted to hurt. Pedro, you like that answer? Took them captive for 2 days. Can't help myself.
I know Kennedy missed the marching band, yes. I told her she should start playing that instrument again.
that. Ultimately, they met the St. Thomas. Now, in fairness to Pedro, he said sailed from Spain with 11 ships. He only arrived with 5. The others sunk in storms with their supplies. He didn't have enough for his own people. And we've been attacked many times by pirates. We became a walled city because of these pirate attacks. Walled city was known as a presidio. If you look at our fort back there, you'll see our first wall of defense coming out of the side of it. This palm log structure was called the Kubo Wall. It would go from the fort all the way down to the San Sebastian River, between 1/2 to 3/4 of a mile. The first attack was led by Sir Francis Drake in 1586 with 2,000 privateers. Now, a privateer is really nothing but a highfalutin word for a pirate. A pirate sailing under the cover of the British flag, that is. He burned our city to the ground, chased us off into the swamps. We ultimately did survive. We came back, rebuilt our town, and some walls to protect us. We had a second wall that was called the Rosario. The Rosario was an earthen berm that would have started where this stop sign is in. Here on my right, went to the left or south, about 9 blocks where we met the water of the bay. All the living quarters were back to the left here, and swampy areas on the other side of the walls. Stationed along the walls, we had
There's
little
the
mini
Potter's
forts. They were
Wax
called
Museum.
redoubts. We had 9 redoubts in total. You'll see one of them over here to the right. Reproduction of the Santo Domingo
It's actually
redoubt
really
fort.
small.
Look inside the little fort to the right. You'll see notches cut out of it. The notches are where we placed our cannons. We would defend these walls 24/7 with cannon and musket fire. Now on the back side of the redoubt here, you'll see real skinny palm trees. Those are called the Spanish bayonet plant. If you tried to sneak through a thicket of it, you got a little cut up. It was kind of like going through modern day razor wire. So now we will take a trip forward in history. The building to the left here was known as the Orange Street School. It was built in 1910. If you were lucky enough to be a teacher here back in 1910, you taught grades 1 through 12. And you were paid a whopping sum of $20 a month.
Wow.
Wow.
Now, if that sounds like too much work for too little pay, you could have been a bus driver. Yep. Now, a bus driver back then meant a horse and buggy, and you had to go out pretty far to get to some of the kids passing through the swampy areas en route. You were paid the same as the teachers, $20 a month, and you were facing off with the snakes and alligators.
Oh, wow.
So this building to the right, everyone take a good hard look at this. Isn't she a beauty? This beautiful building has absolutely no historical significance. Okay, maybe a little bit. It's our first parking garage. Did they do a nice job on it? You know, the site of our beautiful parking garage is also the site of the first luxury hotel in Florida, the San Marco. And when the San Marco Hotel stood here, it was 5 stories tall. It had 3 towers on the front side of it. The tallest tower, you could see it as far as 16 miles out into the Atlantic Ocean. They had steam, heat, electricity, running water, and something called an Otis elevator. No climbing stairs for you. This hotel coming up on the left here is actually a little mini version of that hotel. We had a very important guest stay at the original, Henry Morrison Flagler. He was one of the founders in the Standard Oil Trust, and he was here celebrating his honeymoon with his second wife, Miss Ida Alice. I don't understand Mr. Flagler because on his honeymoon he actually brought his business partner with. When I went
This
on my
reminds me of when we go down to the Barbarian and Franken moved in.
That's the way it's supposed to work, isn't it? You know, later in that marriage, Miss Ida Alice, she threatened to kill him. Some people blame it on the opium medicine she was taking. But, you know, I think she was taking that because of him in the first place. So across the water over here to the left is Visitor Information Center. It's made out of coquina stone. It was built by the Works Progress Administration, or the WPA, in 1930 as a public works project. There's a free museum in it. They have a scale model of Pedro's flagship. It's got a cutaway, so you can look inside and see what it looks like on the inside. So this will be stop number 2. If you're getting off here, please wait for the bell, exit to the left, back down like a ladder, hold tight, wait through the end.
You don't want to stop right here. You'll be right up off the street a little way.
Yeah, no.
All right, and we're going to continue on. All aboard. Now, when they started building a hotel across the street, they dug a massive hole 2 stories deep. I was wondering, what are they doing? You know, most foundations in Florida are like 12 inches deep. They kept digging and digging. They had to pump water as they did it. They had pumps running all the way back past Stop 1, the old jail. They pumped for months and months and months. All the water you see to the right and to the left, it drained out of the ground. You know what they did? They actually put in a 2-story underground parking garage right here in Florida. You can't make this stuff up, you know. They actually finished it. They turned off the pumps, and you see all the water there to the right. Why, it came right back. I'll tell you what, I've never parked in my car in their parking garage. They also dug out of the ground some of our state trees, sable palm. Sable palm was used as a source of food by the imported crackers. They would cut the heart of the palm out when it was young, throw it into a pot of water. They added salt and pepper and a little bit of pork. Boiling that down, they called it swamp cabbage. Now, the Florida crackers were Scotch-Irish cattlemen. They drove their cattle through the swampy areas of Florida using a bullwhip. You could hear their cracking bullwhip as far as a mile away. That's how they got the name cracker from the Spanish word for cracker, cracktail. You'll see a big ball of cocaine and stone over on the right here. Looks kind of like the Death Star in the Star Wars movies. It's actually a mile marker. Mile marker number 0 of the Spanish Trail. The other end of the trail ends in San Diego, California, where you'll find mile marker 2,750. Now, the Huguenot Cemetery to the right, this was established in 1821. We had a horrible outbreak of the yellow fever. The mosquito-borne disease killed 1/3 of our population. Now, you'll only see about 90 headstones here, but don't let it fool you. Each of those can represent an additional 25 graves. If you were the last to be buried there, you were the lucky one. You got your name chiseled or etched in stone. Those that died before you had markers, but they were wood and they rotted away. Our next stop is an exclusive for Old Town Trolley, Potter's Wax Museum. Potter's is the oldest wax museum in North America, second largest in the world when it first opened.
Oh, yeah.
I have a coupon for it if you're interested. It's good for $3 off each of those in your party.
You said you wanted to go to
On the front end of the wax museum is a free attraction called the Old Drug Store. In 1886, T.W. Spicer arrived in Florida thinking he'd make a killing in the orange industry. The man failed to realize that oranges grow on trees. It takes quite a few years to get a crop. He didn't have time to wait, so he went back to his first trade, which was a trucking. Now, in T.W.'s day, you didn't need a prescription. You'd simply arrive at the door, you'd tell him what was bothering you. He would then mix you up a standard concoction, grain alcohol, rotten smelling spring water, and then he would add his secret sauce up to 40% opium. Now, with medicine like that, you weren't cured of anything, but you didn't care because you felt so good after taking his medicine. You come back for more after any little boo-boo. It even helped with marital difficulties. Just ask Miss Ida Alice. Now, to the right here, you'll see the Tulamato Cemetery. This is where the Catholics were buried. Now remember, this was a Catholic colony. Well, in 1821, when the yellow fever struck down, was also the year the United States purchased Florida as a territory. Protestants were flooding into the Catholic colony. They didn't have any place to bury them, though. So they opened the Huguenot Cemetery for the Protestants. Oddly enough, there's never been a Huguenot ever been buried in the Huguenot Cemetery. So this will be stop number 3. If you're getting off, please wait for the bell. Exit to the right, back down like a ladder. Hold tight with 2 hands. Stop number 3. Hey, Miss Debbie. Do you know why the cone is sitting out there, kind of? There's a cone out there on the other side. Somebody put a cone, like, kind of in our path out there. Around those cars, if you go around them, you'll see a cone sitting there. I don't know why it's there. Doesn't make sense. A cone, you know, that like that. You see that one? You see that one? That's a cone. Okay. Oh, you're kind of dressed like a cone. You got this bright orange thing on. Anyway, I was just wondering why it's sitting out in the kind of almost in the middle of the road as we pass by.
They have the cones out because that's for the ghost and gravestone. Those cones over there is so that when you guys turn, you don't hit it. There's no car there.
Okay. It's just odd.
Okay.
It's just odd. I'm not used to seeing cones placed
Because
like.
you never know.
Okay. Okay.
Some people do.
Right. Okay, you're training us so that we don't hit you as a cone, right?
Not you.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
Hey, Davy Jones.
All right, Debbie, let's get this
Hi.
underway.
What a pretty girl. Yeah. Hi, sweetie. Okay, everybody get set for a really good time today.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't pick up hitchhikers. I'm sorry. No, no. All right, we're going to be moving here. When you hear the bell, please remain seated. This will be the last call for this trolley. All aboard. Now, you know, if you wanted to get in or out of the city, you had to go through the city gates on the north end of town. And the reason for this is we had moats on the backside of the walls. The moats were filled with water, but you put water in a hole in the ground in Florida, you get some guests, they move right in. You know those things called alligators. If you weren't back before dusk, they would close the gates and you'd sleep out there in the swampy areas with the alligators. Now, if you were thinking, I will climb a tree and I'll be safe, there was another creature out there equally dangerous called a moccasin. Now, that was no shoe. It was a venomous snake, a very aggressive venomous snake. And on occasion, a moccasin would slither up a tree, waiting in the branches above to drop on its prey in the swamps below. So you might be facing one of them. I know that happens. It happened to my wife's Uncle Jimmy. He was out on Deep Creek in his boat doing some fishing. Moccasin dropped out of the branch right on top of his boat. It scared him nearly to death. He wasn't bit though, so he lived to tell the tale. Now, the Daughters of the American Revolution, DAR, they set up a tea party outside our city gates coming up on the left
Wine
here.
like that. Actually, unless it's.
They did it because
I like
the city
sangria. I like
wanted
that
to
one
tear
wine.
the gates out. They were considered an eyesore and no longer necessary. But through the power and influence of their tea party, our gates are still here. They lead to St. George Street, our pedestrian home. If you look down St. George on the right-hand side here, you'll see the old wooden schoolhouse. It's got a big old crusty anchor chained around it. They put that anchor and chain around the schoolhouse because they were afraid that one day it was going to blow away. It's been sitting here ever since. I think I want to get one of those for my house. That's better than hurricane strapping.
I agree.
So here we are at stop number 4. If you're getting off here, please wait for the bell. Exit to the right. Got my ladder. We'll take
Yeah, why not? Let's tour it.
stop 4.
Let's get back. Let's get.
You guys have fun.
Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Let's just go down here and tour down. All right, guys. So we are off to the 4th stop.
All right,
We just kind of want to go down and tour all the things down here that it has to offer. Looks like there's a lot of different wine tasting. Right up my alley.
Ready?
So yeah, I was just waiting on you.
What is this here?
Let's see what's right here. Free smells and dairy. They have leather goods, cowhide rugs, buckles, hat, whips, and chains. Wine bar package. Live music. You wanna?
Yeah.
That looks like a sparkling white grape juice. You want to try it?
You want to try it? You just go.
I'm good. I'm just. It's up to you. Okay. And then they got chocolate fudge ice cream. Caramel corn. Caramel apples. Huh.
I want to go in there and just take a look. I don't want to, let's.
Well, yeah. Where is the entrance? maybe it could be on that
Yeah,
side.
let's
They have like St. Augustine coffee lattes, fruit smoothies, frozen margarita, right up my alley, beer, wine, pastry, and seasonal items.
yeah. Let me drink
And
this
that's
now.
down that way. So where are we going? Are we going here? Or are we going to the coffee? Let's put.
Let's
Okay, let's do this.
says please come.
Is it this one? Can you come in here?
This is what it looks like. Yeah.
I don't think so. And I really didn't think that looked like the door. But what do I know? It's probably around the front.
Oh, right. How did you get it in this chocolate? How did you get in?
They might not be open yet.
Oh, that's what it
you know
is.
what?
No,
Probably.
because it would have just been this. Okay, that's
What
okay. It's
time does
locked.
it open? Let me see.
It might say a door.
Okay, well,
It does not. So, okay. Well, let's see. Right here. 10
Oh, yeah,
o'clock.
here it is.
Okay.
This is
So, yeah. Okay. So, what
Okay,
time
thank
is
you.
it? What time is it?
10.
It's, what time is it now?
It's only 9:22. So
Oh, okay. So we got like, 40 minutes. They probably like, why y'all trying to get up in here?
Yeah,
Do y'all
I
not
know.
see that we're open? We're open. So some of these places might not be open as well.
Well, let's go back here and
Okay,
take a look.
let's walk down here. Of course, this is a live video.
I know.
Okay, yes. Let's see. A lot of these places might not be open.
Well, it seems like coffee.
Let's see. Coffee house, espresso, a bakery,
smells real good.
sangria. Frozen margaritas.
Let's take a peek.
Let's see what they got. Fall specials. Cinnamon roll, pumpkin cheesecake, latte.
Apple pie.
Let's see what they got. Smells good in here. They have, look at those. Look like those are brownies.
yeah,
What are these? I would love to take the kids some of these. Rum cake. What is that right there? That looks really good. What is that?
Let me see. That must be the pumpkin cheesecake, maybe.
That
Or something
looks
on top.
fantabulous.
Pumpkin Oreo cheesecake, maybe.
I wonder. Let's see. That says rum cake. I can't see what this says. Flourless chocolate tart. These, I don't want to walk around with these all day.
Oh, yeah,
But
no,
let's
we'll
stop
take a
back
look.
by here and definitely pick up some.
Muffins. Cranberry muffins.
Oh, these look like red velvet.
Oh, yeah, red velvet cheesecake muffins.
Let's see what this on the menu. Lord knows I don't need no sangria right now, but it does sound good.
Yeah, well, we'll get there.
They have, let's see. Is it too early to drink? What do you guys think? Let's see. I wonder what time. So let's see what they do have. Let's see. Cinnamon whiskey, spiked eggnog. They have smoothies. Okay, so what you want to do? You want to, because I don't know if we can go on the, what's the name of the drink?
So what you wanna walk around and see more?
Yeah, see, yeah.
And then,
I
and then
mean,
you can come back
oh
and-
yeah, I'm definitely gonna stop back in here though.
Okay.
So I
Good.
want to drink.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, let's see what's down here, guys. So let's see. Free smells daily. Leather goods. Cause I think the trolley comes like every 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
They got belts and hats and whips. Whips, keychains. And let's see what this is. That is the, I don't know if it's open.
Wanna take a look at it?
I don't think it's open. See how stuff is closed
Oh, yeah.
still?
Okay.
Okay. So let's, you want to walk back down this way and go back down to what's the name? While we're at a stop, I can use the restroom.
Okay.
And it's easier for me to do it this way, and I don't have to. Of course you do, because you don't do it anyway. Sounds like the marching band again. I miss Mr. Marching Band.
Yeah, you weren't here. People get tight.
Yeah, she loves the marching band.
Hard not to dance.
Oh, I tell you, my stepdaughter was in marching band, and man, she would just be having a blast right about now. Yeah.
I miss those days.
All right, let's go see. I guess there's a lot of stuff to view down here.
Have a good day, y'all.
Thank you. Yeah. I guess me looking at you wasn't enough, huh?
Oh, what's that? I was dancing.
Hold on. No, Rodney. No, it wasn't. Wasn't that? I think you know, but we're on live, so. All these places look like they're closed right now.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, everything looks like it opens at 10 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Maybe that might be perfect time if you want to. If everything is closed, you can go back down and get and then by the time you get done with it, everything will be open.
okay, let me sit down for a second, guys. We are probably going to tune back in when most stores open. Because right now, everything seems like that is closed. So stay tuned.
I love school. I'm living in a sorority house, so I live with two other women.